Hey guys, Maple here, doing a quick tutorial of textures in Cinema 4D, or not textures, materials. There's a difference actually. So, you just double click in this box right here, and then you create a material which you can rename Immortal Matte, or Matte Immortal. Okay, there we go. Which you want the matte before because it says it's a material. If you're doing all sorts of really advanced stuff, making like 3D animations, hardcore, you're really going to want to do that. But most of you probably aren't doing that. So let's go purple. You can use different settings here, color table. Now create a fairly similar purple. RGB, HZVB, HCV. There are all sorts of different things, but I would use RGB, or if you're really basic, I would go with color table. But RGB is the simplest, it's the most commonly used. So you can adjust the brightness, which is pretty basic, it adjusts how bright the actual color is. Textures don't really do much, unless, depending on what you're doing. Like in this it does, but in a lot of cases it really doesn't do much or it does different things. Diffusion doesn't do anything really until you add it up with some things. It can do things with Fresnel, but it's really advanced stuff. Luminance, makes things luminous. I would go about 25 to 35 on this. Fresnel makes it really glow. Drag that over here, which you can also drag over onto the object like that. So there we go, it's kind of glowing. Now without luminous, it looks like that. But with luminance, it looks, let's just clear that, it looks pretty good. It's not super strong, but you don't want it super strong, trust me. At 100, it's like, it turns white. It's ridiculous, guys, so don't use 100% ever. Transparency, it's fairly straightforward. At first, you can't even see it really at all. You just see the edges. But if you change it to additive, it looks kind of like the fog effect, which we'll go over in just a sec. And if you add Fresnel, it's kind of hard to describe. It's like half transparent, half not transparent. It's just derp around with the settings, guys. I'm just showing you the basics of what things do. Reflection, at first it makes things mirror-like. See, like the surroundings are black, so the text turns black, but if you add a cube, this is being so derpy. Say you add a cube, you can see the cube, but it really doesn't allow the text to be shown, so that's why I would like to at least add additive, because then it still keeps the color. And then, if you really want to add Fresnel, Fresnel is really the only thing you're ever going to need a lot in the textures department. If you really want to go into some advanced materials, you should go look at a manual, but I'm just giving you a basic overview. So there's reflection. Environment, like, changes what it looks around it. You're going to want to add Fresnel on this, because otherwise it won't really take effect. So, oh my, it's not working. I'm still not an expert with this, guys, but I'm just giving you a general overview. Just derp around with the settings, you'll get something you'll like one day. I don't know why the surroundings isn't working, or the environment. Oh well. Fog, it's like transparency. but it makes it like hardcore transparent. It's like a solid transparent. You would definitely want to lower the brightness. See, that looks a bit more transparent, kind of liney. You can see the edges. Bump doesn't do anything unless you really work with it. I mean, you can do noise, but again, it really doesn't affect unless you have an actual texture. Yeah, see, doesn't really do much. Oh, because I might want to apply. There we go. Derp. But, yeah, guys. There's your... Yeah, for texture, you're definitely going to want to add an actual one here. Tiles. There you go. A bump means bump map, which is like bumpiness. So let's render that out, see how it looks. Yeah, that's pretty strange over here. It's random stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff. You can add your own textures. Normal, don't believe does anything. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I'm not perfect with all this. Alpha allows for certain things in pictures. You should look that up. I'm not an expert on that. Glow is a lot like luminance, but it's a lot less stronger. It's a lot weaker, a lot less stronger. Wow. I would set inner strength 50 to 90, or if you really want it to be kind of dull, I would set it to 0. But it's going to be really dull then. So I would definitely keep some inner strength. And at most, let's just see this at default settings, because it's really bright, guys. Usually it is, but I would set this 350 on inner strength. Add some of that, make some nice stuff. So there you go, guys. Pretty cool glow. Displacement. Surfaces, Starfield. Yeah, see? Make some real cool effects. Surfaces, rust. Yeah, see, that's cool stuff, guys. So, how's about that? Yeah, there you go. There's some cool effects. Kind of all shattery looking. So yeah, guys, there's a simple tutorial on textures. Thank you guys for watching. Hope this helped. Goodbye.